do recommend you connect in with your basic self like this every day for a while, and you don't have to do anything special. It's just really just connect. John Roger also said the basic self is different than the inner child. Are you aware of what the difference is? So the basic self is a very sacred spiritual part of us. And he said you go to the basic self with hat in hand. They're the part that grows the body. They're the part that has the blueprint for your soulic curriculum this lifetime. They are like a child, but that's really more like innocence. The inner child is different. The inner child is the repository of psychological unfulfillment. It's what we work with when we work with psychology, and that's very valuable, extremely valuable to do that. It's just that it's different than working with the basic self. The basic self, tends to get blamed for a lot of things that are really the fault of the ego or the unconscious. So when you approach the basic self, it's just with a reverence and a sweetness and kind of rocking back on your heels and hanging out with them. And eventually they'll start to reveal more, and you can start to ask questions and hey honey, everything is just fine at night. We're surrounded by the angels and we're safe and I love you, and can you let us rest now? But in the beginning it's really just sitting in witness and sweetness.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's that?
Could you repeat what you
Sure.
said about the basics?
The difference between the basic and the inner child?
No, you said the basics not only run the body, but
They have the
Blueprint.
they have the blueprint for the soulic curriculum for this lifetime. And they are, often the high self will go through the basic self to communicate what that blueprint is and to communicate God's guidance in keeping with our theme. So it definitely behooves us to have a relationship, a conscious relationship with our basic self ourselves. And I do think it bears repeating, we do tend to blame the basic self ourselves for things that are not really their fault. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying one can. I ate the ice cream again. Stupid basic self, or I had sex with so-and-so, stupid basic self, or and does the basic self engage us in the world? Of course. Otherwise we'd all be sitting in a cave and meditating all day long, which would be great, and yes, sign me up too, but what would we really learn, and what would be the purpose of this world? So they do go, I want that, right? So they do engage us in the world, but to blame them, I do hear people a lot going, my basic self, made me eat the ice cream, or makes me sleep in, or whatever. And sometimes it is a basic self. And so, but then it's not a judgment. It's like hey, honey, hey, sweetie, I know you really want that. But this thing is more in alignment with our soulic curriculum. And you know that because you have the soulic curriculum. So let's go this way, right? Because a lot of times those urges are from the unconscious or the ego. Right? Not always. Sometimes they are from the basic self. But you can't, the basic self is J.R. said also that if you go in a battle of wills with the basic self will win every time. So you don't want to go tell them what to do. It's more giving them the vision of what you want.